Loretta. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to make a black and white themed thank you note card, and this is going to be going with a set of 4 of its brethren. I make thank you cards, about 180 of them a month for Shepherd's Cove Hospice. These go in our caregiver packages, and I'm very proud to be part of this. So today I thought I would combine the making of this card, which is going to them, with a design team video for In Love Arts. So I will leave coupon codes and die references and all that good stuff in the description box and the little thingamabob down below. So I'm going to start with this black panel. Now I should probably tell you that the card base is not white, it's cream, because it's what's on my desk. We're going to use what we got. So I'm going to go on and score this base. Now when you get a pre-made card that's already got the score mark on it, you're going to want to fold into it so that your paper won't crack, and it won't crack as time goes on. It gets used either. So I'm going to be using some wood glue today. This is pretty sure this is Gorilla Glue, and I'm wanting to put the glue on the side where my little label is. I could take the label off, but frankly I am too lazy to do so. So we're just gonna get this done real quick. I hope that you guys are doing well this week. I actually already know I'm going to have a great week. My husband and I are going to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary on Wednesday. Yay! So, sweetheart, if you listen to my videos, happy anniversary. I love you, and I am so thankful for your support and love in my life. Of course, I am really looking forward to however many more years that the Lord is going to give us together. All right, back to our card and the glue blop thereof. So what I hadn't decided quite yet was how I want to do this. This is probably too big, so I like this size of the die, and I'm just gonna grab, what am I gonna grab? Some cream color cardstock. Actually, this is white. This is a piece of white watercolor cardstock. And then let's kind of play with this together. Ooh, I'm starting to like this. Maybe another piece of black. Okay, since I'm going to be needing these other panels, we're going to cheat. I'm going to cut this black piece right out of the bottom. Nobody's going to ever know it's missing. I actually have moved my Gemini Junior to my desk. You cannot run steel roll dies through this machine, but you certainly can run the slim dies without any problem. I was actually thinking about doing a little stenciling on the very back of this. Going to be pretty random because you're not going to really see it too much except for just around the edges. This is a Tim Holtz collection Stampers Anonymous stencil, and if you get a little bit on your white panel, it's really not going to show, but you want to kind of hold it tight. If you're not sure if you can hold it tight enough, then get some washi tape and hold it down. Alright, I'm going to take my heat tool and make sure this is dry so it doesn't smear as I move along making my card. Okay, now I'm going to take my white panel and go ahead and get some glue on it. Okay, so now I'm going to stencil this piece as well. Line it up. Eyeball it. It's pretty easy to see if it's straight or not just because of the stitched lines of this rectangle, and this also has some stitched line detail. Now let's do a little butterfly, and I would tell you normally to get a stamp positioning tool to do this, but if you make a mistake while you're stamping it, all you're going to need to do is take something like hand sanitizer or rubbing alcohol, put it on the transparency, and then just wipe it right off and start over again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is grab a pair of short-handled, short-bladed, very sharp scissors. I will not try to say that again. That is probably not a good thing. So now that I have this in my hand, I am going to go ahead and just fussy cut these. And the trick to fussy cutting is moving the material and not your scissors. This particular die is from Sizzix. I actually got it at my local Hobby Lobby. And hindsight's always 20/20. I really should just ran this through a sticker maker before I even die cut it, but I didn't. So the trick to something like this is to not glob the glue on. You just want to put tiny little drops over the surface. This may be kind of hard to see just because of the color, but hopefully you'll get the idea. Okay, we have our card base with the thank you done, and what I'm going to do is create a 3D butterfly for my card. I have cut one of my butterflies out of a piece of cardstock, and the other one you saw me stamp earlier and cut out of a piece of transparency. It's just, plastic, whatever you have. I decided to recut this out of a little bit thicker piece of plastic just because I wanted it to be pretty sturdy for our project today. And there are a few ways to do this. Originally, I was just going to glue this into place. The problem is that it's really hard to get something plastic to adhere to something that is either also plastic or it's fabric, or even in this case obviously paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a regular needle like you would use for cross stitch, and I have this green thread on my desk. Once this is stitched together, you're not going to really see this thread at all. So I usually don't knot thread when I'm stitching, but because you're not going to see the knot, it's going to be in the back. Alright, now that I have my thread through, I'm just going to grab a small piece of tape. This will kind of come in handy later too, because I can use it to tape this down to our project. Now we're going to come through this one. Line up those pieces just like that. And stitch this right down the middle. Turn it over. And I'm going to find that little piece of thread where I laid it down with that piece of tape, and I'm going to use that to anchor the back and just tie a knot in it. It's not so hard. Okay, bad jokes aside. Up of score tape that's just sitting on my desk. And I'm going to put that on the back as well. And now I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on this back piece first. This is Fabric Fusion or fabric glue. And I'm going to put the butterfly right there. Kind of help keep that thread from slipping out of place, and it'll dry clear and it will dry permanent. And just like I was telling you guys earlier, you cannot tell that that was even green thread that I use. Now, if you happen to have one of these like clamp things, like doctors use, I bought mine online. I've had them forever. As you can tell, they are completely gunked up. Every once in a while, I'll suck them in some acetone and clean them up, but they work regardless. I'm just going to grab this little guy right in the middle, and I'm going to leave it that way for, 5 minutes or so, and then the card will be ready to go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my videos on your social media. Stamp happy, be a blessing. Bye for now.